This is a CCFA end-to-end billing webinar, and it's specifically geared toward providers that have both contract and voucher placements. So right now I'm in our training environment. I'm logged in as the org admin for Pathways for Children. One thing I want to say about this environment before we get going is this has the exact code base that you find in production, the environment that you use. The difference here is any data that's entered is only done by the people who use this environment. So if you are, for example, the org admin for Pathways and you know that you have notifications on your home dashboard and you don't see them here, it's because I'm one of the only people that uses this environment. So any notifications that are here are likely because I've created them. The specific provider that we're working with today, that's the first thing I'm going to show you, is I'm going to go to the Submit Monthly Billing so we can see the status of the billing. And the provider that I'm working with is Pathways Head Start. So to show you, I've completed all of my attendance and I've generated ledgers. So I'm ready to start going through my pending invoices. So after you generate ledgers and after your billing status changes to billed, the next thing you do is go to the billing tab and to pending invoices. As the org admin on this screen, I'm going to see invoices for any provider who has generated ledgers and submitted to me. And they're going to be divided up by both contract and voucher. So we have our contract invoices at the top here. And if you scroll down, you'll see your voucher invoices. So like I said, the location that we're working with is Pathways Head Start. I can expand to see each of the children within this program and each of the months that are being billed here. So we have each child, what type of contract, and any of the paid days and any modifiers that are attached to those days. If you scroll over these headings, you can see what they stand for. We have the subtotal. If there's any union dues, you would see them here. Any parent fee, you would see it here, and then we have a total as well. If you want a closer look at any one child, you can click on their name. Doing that will open another tab and show you the monthly view. It'll show you their schedule, the attendance that you've entered against their schedule, and then if you've generated ledgers, you'll see the ledger entries generated here. So for example, this child looks like it has an intermittent placement. So we have 16 full-time service entries for the first 2 weeks and the last weeks plus a day. And then we have 5 intermittent care entries. And this is occurring during that February vacation week because we're looking at February. So you can see how those are calculated. This did open another tab, so I didn't lose my place on my pending invoices screen. And like I said, this is going to be broken down by child and by month. You can do the same with your voucher children, expanding and looking at by month what you're billing for each child. The other option you have here is you can download a CSV file that's showing you all of this information that we have expanded here. So clicking that will automatically download the file. And then of course these lines are just showing you the totals for each location. So if you are on this screen and you notice an error, the red X will reject it. Denying this invoice will change the attendance status for this provider to a rejected status. And since we're billing for multiple months, it will change all of the attendance back and then allow the provider to go in and make any changes that are needed. If everything looks good, you can go ahead and approve. I'm going to approve all of these. Clicking the green check will turn it to gray to let you know that you've approved it. So we've approved our contracts. I'm going to go through and approve all of our vouchers. Okay, so once you've approved, you need to click Review Submission. When you pull up this page, you may see a couple different tabs. Right now we have Approved, Processing, and Missing Attendance. Processing means that it's running through the work queue. Much like when you generate ledgers and you need to refresh the page, refreshing the page here should change that from a processing to approved. So we have approved. You'll see a missing attendance tab for any providers who have not submitted their attendance for this billing cycle. You'll see your approved invoices, our vouchers listed here, and our contracts listed here. If you get to this point and you see something that's still not right, this black rewind button is your chance to send it back to make a change. Pushing the black rewind button actually just rewinds it to the previous screen we were on with the red X and the green check mark. So if you rewind an invoice, you need to go back to billing and pending invoices to then reject it, to then make any changes to attendance. When you're on this screen, before you submit, you do have access to your SDR summary detail reports as well as your payment voucher. All of these will download and show in a draft form, but it's a way to see, for you to see another breakdown of your billing. If everything looks good here and you're ready to submit, you need to push this big submit button. Pushing this button does a couple of things. It sends your voucher invoices to the CCRNR, and it sends your contract invoices to EEC. When you click this button, it will generate a window telling you providers that are not yet approved. And if you go forward, they will not be included in this billing cycle. So like I said, there are several here. I'm going to click yes and send this forward, and then you will get another window saying that you've successfully submitted your payment voucher. This page will automatically refresh back to your home dashboard. After you've submitted your billing, you have a couple of options to see the invoices that you've submitted. If we go to billing and submitted invoices, we will see everything that we have submitted in this billing cycle. The billing date is automatically populated to the most current month. And you'll see a tab that says CPA. This means that you as the provider have approved the invoices. So again, we have our vouchers, and if we scroll down, we have our contract invoices. Much like when we were on pending invoices, you can expand. We look at our Pathways Head Start. And once again, you can see each child, each month, and the breakdown of the paid days, any modifiers, subtotal, union, fees, and the total from there. Once again, clicking the child's name will open that separate tab showing the monthly view. And once again, you have a CSV file that you can then download. When you're on this page, you also have access to the final draft forms of your SDR summary detail reports, as well as your payment voucher that you can print off and send in. When you go to this page, it automatically is going to be set to the billing date. The billing date means this is the date that you submitted your invoices. You as the provider have submitted your invoices to, you submitted your vouchers to the CCRNR, and you've submitted your contracts to EEC. The submission date screen for a provider with both contracts and vouchers is initially just going to show you your contracts. Once the CCRNR approves your voucher invoices, you will see another tab here that says CCRRS, which means that the CCRNR has submitted your invoices. So they've approved it and they've submitted to EEC. But until that happens, you'll only be able to see your contract invoices and know that you have approved them and sent them up to the next level. The invoice date is the date that EEC has approved your invoices. So at this time, it's not going to show anything. Note too that this box is set for the current month. So if you submit one month but EEC doesn't approve until the next month, you'd have to click the next month in order to see the invoices. Once EEC has approved your invoices, this tab will change from CPA to say invoiced to let you know that it's been invoiced. Besides these SDR reports, as well as what you can see on the screen, you can see a month glimpse of your billing by provider. This is under Provider View Monthly Billing History. If we go here, we can see each provider and what they've billed. First one on the list has only billed through January. The provider that we were working with, Head Start, has billed through May. And so you can see each month and the amount billed for each month. So just another way to take a look at your billing.